what these people, I probably told this before, but I was riding down Highway 17 and I remembered that I was putting gas in my car and I looked and there was a lingerie shop called Bad Kitty. And so I probably told this already on this show, but I got to tell you this thing for people that maybe haven't heard it. But my son dares me all the time. And I love to embarrass my children. It's just such a gift. After all the years they've embarrassed you. I have a child that graduated from college at 33. And he told me, he said, Mom, I finished college in 4 presidents. I went, oh. And Obama had 2 terms. And so I mean, I don't even know what this child does for a living. I really don't. I know he goes out at night and does something on the computer. And I heard him the other day. Somebody said, how tall are you? He said 6'4", but in heels, I'm 6'7". I'm going, what does he do? But so anyway, Bad Kitty. So I'm putting gas in my car and my son said, I dare you to go into Bad Kitty. I went, all right. So I walked in there, little naughty lingerie. And he was like, Mom, I can't believe you're in Bad Kitty. And I said, he said, I dare you to buy something. Well, my 82-year-old friend was getting married. And I thought, I'll buy her something funny. Well, the only thing tame and funny was edible underwear. And so I bought it. And then right after that, we went to see Mr. Rogers. And I had that little bag in my pocketbook and I got hungry. So I just started gnawing on the little Bad Kitty drawers. And then I knew he was going to go, Mom. And he said, and I thought this was the funny line. This is Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. We're not in Sex and the City. And I thought, that's funny. Then I spoke to 400 Baptist women in Jekyll Island and asked the meeting planner, can I tell that? And sometimes, as you know, in the convention world, you do run things by just to make sure. Yeah. Well, honey, I told that thing, they were knee slapping, snorting, carrying on. And this woman came up to me with a walker and had the tennis balls and I imitate her. And she looked at me and she said, ma'am. And I thought, oh Lord, I've stepped in it now. And I'm going to have to apologize to her. And she said, ma'am, you know that story you done told about Bad Kitty and them edible drawers? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, tastes just like fruit roll-ups, don't it? I thought, now that's the story about the little Baptist chick. So you're absolutely right. And I know I've told that, but I think that's one of the funniest stories because I've spoken to the Amish. Have you ever spoken to the Amish community by chance?
Gosh. We could take a deep dive on the Amish. I got good friends that are Amish. I got a whole part of my comedy set that's about the Amish. But go ahead, Jane.
No. I want to hear your Amish thing because those people, you talk about wanting to laugh, they crave laughter. I think they just work so hard. Go ahead and tell me your Amish thing. I can't wait to hear this.
So I have an Amish family that I'm friends with. They have actually had me do comedy in their kitchen twice.
Now, and no lights with candles.
Right. Well, you know what? They cheat. They have lights.
Yes, they do.
Powered. They do. They cheat. But in my set, so if you've ever been to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, they have crazy town names.
Yes.
So they've got like Intercourse, real town.
Blue Balls.
Look at that Blue Ball. Bird in Hand. And I always point to a guy in the audience. Have you been there? Bird in Hand. He's embarrassed. He's been there. And then I have another town, G-Spot. Men can never find that town, can they, ladies? So that's where I question. There is no town named G-Spot, but there you go. But we do a whole joke about that. And I also have some stuff about the Mennonites because we've got a big Mennonite community. Mennonites are like Amish light. They wanted to be Amish, but they couldn't quite commit to all the rules. They'll say, all right, I'll do the Abe Lincoln facial hair, but not the pilgrim clothes and the horse and buggies. We're not going to go that route. So, but yeah, I've got a ton of Amish stuff. But you are so right. They love to laugh. They want to laugh. But I've had to really think through my set because one, I can't cross a line because I don't want to offend them.
Oh yeah.
Two, it has to be relevant for them. Like there's things that we'll laugh at because we're in a modern world that don't resonate for them because their world is very different. I'll tell you what they liked in that COVID set. They loved the joke about, I went to the grocery store. All you need is a mask and gloves.
Oh, but yeah.
I never saw them laugh so hard as at that joke when I said, Everyone else was fully dressed. And you know, they're all picturing me naked in a grocery store. So that's a damn shame. But there you go.
I know I was booked to speak to a group of Amish, and so I was in Lancaster, and the bureau called me, and they're friends of mine, and they said, Jane, okay, you keep this clean. I thought, when have I not kept my comedy clean and my humor and my stories? And then as I'm talking to them, I'm driving through that straight road. Me keep it clean. Are you kidding me? Have you seen the names of these towns? And so, but I mean, I had the best time with that group. They were so much fun and I loved it. And it's funny. I mean, I've not spoken to mortuaries, to, society. I mean, I've got some funny funeral home stories, but have you ever spoken to, but see, what I'm saying is you would think the people that you have to struggle with, they're the ones that are the easiest. They said that the funeral home crowd, they are hilariously fun.
Well, if anybody needs a good laugh, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I've got there's a woman normally I would be having this meeting or the show at my husband's office. It's in the funeral home. Can you believe that? Our town is so small, and he's one of his companies is New York Life he works with. And I call it New York Life or Death because I'm in the funeral home with the funeral home ladies, 92. And honey, she's good. She still puts them down. She stepped back a little bit, but she's so funny. And she told me the other day there was a wake and there was an older man and this younger man and this woman walking up to the casket and the guy's holding the hand of this young girl, looks at the deceased and says, I'd like to have your daughter's hand in marriage, talking to the corpse. And Betty said, what do you make of that? And I said, girl, don't you know that dead man at one time? Another said, boy, over my dead body,